Yes, I need coffee. I wanted to make sure you saw the bottom before I got my coffee. Don't go away. I'm getting my coffee. Wait, can you see me get my coffee? Here I go. Getting my coffee. Wait a minute. Got the pot. Got the coffee. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm a purist. Drink it black. Drink it black. Drink it hot. Yeah, baby. Here's to ya. If given enough coffee, I could rule the world. I think in my head, I kind of rule the world anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. At least I rule my world, don't you? Do you think I should put makeup on before I come on this morning coffee? No, come on, it's morning. This is coffee. Good morning, Marlene. I mean, dude. Hey, tonight is the first debate. There's supposed to be like 100 bazillion people turning in for this. You know, I think it's interesting. It's more of an entertainment than a deciding factor, I think. I think there are very few people at this point who don't know which side of the fence they're sitting on. I think most people have already made up their minds about who they're voting for, which is kind of why I try to stay out of politics here as much as possible. My job is not to change your mind. My job is just to be the best person I can be and do what I think is right, and to let you know if what I think is going on is wrong. And then you have to make the decision for yourself about what kind of world you want to live in and what kind of person you want to have representing you and making decisions for this country. That's all. I think tonight's going to be interesting, but most of all, I think it's going to be entertaining. We'll just leave it at that. We might talk about it tomorrow, but it does seem like every minute of every day there's some other piece of news to throw into the mix. And I think I showed you that I wanted a cup of joe, but I said I wasn't getting political here. So that'll have to be the end of that. The most important thing, of course, is that it's National Coffee Day. And I don't want Jerry Lee Lewis to feel bad because it's his birthday. And I think he's like 80 something now. I don't know. He was, you know, quite the newsmaker in his day, going after a infinitely younger little cousin of his and married her. And anyway, it was a shocking story at the time. I saw him live at the LA Music Center when he brought the rock version of Othello to the Music Center. And I gotta tell ya, it was amazing. He was amazing. So happy birthday to Jerry Lee Lewis. Oh, by the way, before we start talking about coffee, one of my own personal favorite subjects. Oh, look at that. No hot coffee, but cold brew. I thought cold brew was something that you kept in the refrigerator and then warmed up. I guess I have some work to do on cold brew. Huh? Is it iced coffee? As I love iced coffee, but also black. I don't. It's kind of like salad dressing. When I learned how many calories salad dressing added to my salad, I learned this tip. I should show you this. Wait. This was something I learned from a dear, dear friend of mine, my friend Bobby, who passed away. But she used to be like a counselor at Schick Weight Loss. And she taught me quite a few things. Like when you're eating a salad, instead of dressing your salad, have your salad dressing on the side, dip your fork into the salad dressing. So there's a teeny drop on your fork, then into your salad. I swear to you, it tastes like there is dressing on every bite. Well, because there is. And when you're done and you look at how little salad dressing you actually needed to have it taste amazing, you will shock and surprise yourself and save quite a few calories. So you can get the best, most fattening salad dressing imaginable. And guess what? You don't have to have very much of it, so you can have some. And it'll taste like you had it on your whole salad. Good tip for losing weight, I can tell you that. So, wow, I didn't know that cold brew was regular coffee. Interesting. But it's iced coffee. All right. Okay, I'm going to check that out. Thank you. We'll share good tips this morning. Speaking of good tips, you've got to see this. I printed out, because I made it smaller, it was 7 pages of notes on coffee. I seriously, there's so much about coffee here. I'm not going to read all of it to you, but some of it's really interesting. My son went to, I don't remember where he went, but he went to some place where they have this incredibly expensive coffee that I want to say the monkeys poop out. I can't remember now. I'm going to have to find out for you. Crazy expensive. But the monkeys eat these beans and then poop them out, and then they have to, it's monkey shit coffee, okay? I think it was monkeys. But there's this other one, Kopi Luwak, the world's priciest coffee, fetches up to $600 a pound. It comes from beans that have been partially digested and pooped out by wild cats known as Sumatran civets. Allegedly, the cat's digestive tracts lend the coffee beans an irresistibly mellow flavor. I think it would be hard to drink that and remember that it's irresistibly mellow. Yeah, hard pass on that for me too. But I'm not going to lie, I did try the other coffee just because I was curious, and it just tasted like coffee that somebody pooped in. No, it just tasted like coffee. Okay, we won't talk about that. Seriously, I Googled, here I go again. I Googled facts you didn't know about coffee. And then I collected them because some of these are like, are you kidding me? I didn't know that. For example, did you know that espresso is weaker than regular coffee? I did not know that. And it says, don't let the price fool you. You'll need 3 shots of espresso to match the caffeine you get in one single humble regular cup of coffee. This shocked me. Dark roast is weaker than light roast. Apparently, the darker the berry, the weaker the juice. So stick to the light blends if you want a caffeine jolt that can rattle your teeth in the morning. Okay, now this I didn't know either, but apparently those of you who use cream in your coffee stays hot longer than mine does. Also something I didn't know. It says it seems to defy all known laws of thermodynamics, but adding cream to your coffee actually keeps it warm for 20% longer than keeping it black. It is truly a miracle wrought by a secret agreement between the coffee gods and the cream gods. This, by the way, coffee drinkers, is going to be such good news. Apparently, just smelling coffee in the morning can help wake you up. A lungful of coffee smell, like that, it can activate your brain and help you face the horrors of the day. Pretty cool, right? The world's record for drinking coffee was 82 cups in 7 hours. Can you imagine how much time that person spent in the bathroom afterwards? There was a easy for me to say, a preposterously large cup of coffee, a mega cup, brewed in South Korea last summer. It contained 3,700 gallons of coffee. Speaking of South Korea, my nephew is here visiting from South Korea. Man, they've got this COVID thing down over there. He's been just sharing information with me like crazy. And speaking of which, I got the results of my COVID test yesterday, and at least 3 days ago, I was COVID free. You know what that means? That means today I get to go hug my mother. Yes, I am going to go see my mother today. I am COVID free, and I'm going to cut a 97-year-old lady's toenails and make her a very happy puppy. I can't wait. I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. I'm like crying every time I think about just imagining hugging my mother. Oh my God. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I mean, seriously, it's been more than a half a year. For those of you who have lost your mothers, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. And my heart goes out to you. I feel so lucky to have my mother, but to have the opportunity to go take her in my arms this afternoon, 1:30 this afternoon, be thinking happy mommy thoughts. I'm so excited. I don't think there'll be anybody there to take pictures, but I'll try and take some selfies for you. I'm just so excited. Okay, back to coffee, right? Here's what I love. The word coffee apparently comes from the Arabic word wine. And for years, coffee was called Arabic wine. Here's to the Arabs. Good choice, folks. Apparently, coffee has some mystical powers, and at different times during different spaces of time, it's actually been banned. It says here, many famous men drank enough coffee to make your guts bleed. Ew. Apparently, US President Teddy Roosevelt drank a gallon of coffee a day. Wow. Didn't we talk about him and the teddy bear yesterday? Anyway, it says all the Earth's coffee is grown within 1,000 miles of the equator, so it's called the coffee belt, because apparently it takes a certain temperature and a certain climate, and the only place in the United States where coffee is actually grown successfully is in Hawaii. And those of you who are coffee drinkers know about Kona coffee. It's awesome. It's like, bring me that back when you go to Hawaii. Apparently around 2010, 2013, scientists started working on cars that can run on coffee grounds. I don't know that it's happened yet, but in 2013, a converted Ford pickup that heated coffee bean husks in an onboard stove reached a top speed of 65 miles an hour. Yes! Talk about getting powered by coffee. Woo! This is good news for those of you who want to eat healthy. Coffee is actually a fruit. Yes, it is. It is the pit of a berry that grows on a coffee bush. So if you need to get 5 servings of fruit a day, you know how to get them in. In Japan, they have a spa where you can actually swim in coffee. And by the way, not providing your wife with enough coffee was grounds for divorce in Turkey. You should forgive the pun or not. It's up to you. Apparently, there are some health benefits to coffee. It's packed with nutrients, antioxidants. It's been linked with helping prevent diabetes, intramedullary cancer, heart disease, liver disease, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's, and it also helps to burn fat. I don't know. I think that might be put out by the coffee makers of America. But there are also health hazards. You could overdose. You could even hallucinate on coffee. It would take 100 cups to comprise a lethal dose. So killing someone with coffee might be a little difficult. The average American worker spends 20 What? No, $1,100 a year on coffee. The average person spends that. Wow. Americans slurp down around 400 million cups of coffee every day, making them the world's largest consumers of this illustrious elixir. I know that comes as no surprise, right? When it comes to per capita use, Scandinavians outdrink even Americans, however. Finland comes in at the top of the list with a per capita consumption of 4 cups per day for the average Finn. Woo! It says here coffee might be able to prevent depression in women. That's interesting, isn't it? But by the way, on the flip side, there's a site called Healing the Body, HTB, that has a list of all the reasons you shouldn't drink coffee. But I think it's just a sales pitch for them to sell you some kind of drink that's like coffee. Seriously. Anyway, they say that the reason coffee causes an urge to move your bowels, remember my cup that says coffee makes me poop? That it's because that's the way your body tries to eliminate poison from it. So yeah, coffee makes you poop because it's poison. Enjoy your poison, kids. There was another site I found that has a list of all the places celebrating Coffee Day, National Coffee Day today. Here we go. I don't know a lot of these places, but you guys are spread out all over the world, so you might. Atlas Coffee Club today will give you your first bag free with any subscription. Barnes & Noble, if you can still find one that's open, has tall, hot, or iced coffee with the purchase of any bakery item. Caribou Coffee says buy a large one, get 50% off on the beans. Cloudburst Coffee is 15% off at Amazon. Godiva, 30% off on bagged coffee today if you want Godiva coffee. Here's some good ones. Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme gives you free coffee today when you buy a donut. How is that for a deal? Duh. Let's see. Our local breakfast burrito food truck is serving free coffee today. I think you're going to be surprised at how much coffee you can consume for free today. Panera, you get your first month free if you sign up for My Panera Plus Coffee. I'm not even sure what that is. Starbucks, that's kind of cheesy. They give you free drink on your next visit. I think they should give you free coffee today, don't you? It's National Coffee Day. Tim Hortons give you any size of hot or iced coffee for 99 cents. And Wandering Bear Coffee gives you discounts on their extra strong brew. Sounds to me like coffee is taking over the world today. Okay. How to be grateful. Even when it looks like there's nothing to be grateful for, there's always coffee to be grateful for, right? Practicing daily gratitude simply works. Declaring it and writing it down brings you out of the fog and shoots you into the sunshine. Suddenly, your world is full of possibility. Enjoy the results and delight in the journey. You know what they say? Getting there is, I think it's more than half the fun. If you're not enjoying the journey, you are skipping on the best part, kids. So I was told with fact check that the word fraught has a negative connotation. It does not in my word art that I'm going to share with you now. Because for me, I think of fraught as full of, overcome by, bigger than, okay? Every day is fraught with possibility when you are fraught with gratitude. Not in a bad way, fraught like overcome. Acknowledge the process en route to the result. As your gratitude moves you more deeply into the realm of possibility and joy, notice the changes that take place within you and around you. Sometimes, sometimes your progress will be in little baby steps, and sometimes you'll be taking giant leaps. But with each step, pat yourself on the back with each step, even those baby steps, and celebrate your blossoming, your forward movement, because the result of gratitude is always joy. Think of me at 1:30 today, and I'll be thinking of you. And here's my promise. As I hug my mother for the first time in at least 6 months, I will be hugging all mothers for all of us. I love you. I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. Bye-bye.